Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. This can mean only one thing. Welcome to the Adams Arms, a hostelry for the hopeful, a place where football can still be fun. And I think I'm right in saying, look, it's only been a couple of days since the North London derby, the glorious North London derby, in which I think we answered all the questions around whether Tottenham would do us an injury. I've been watching so much content. I'm sure most of us have, but it's a fantastic feeling, isn't it? Even 2 days after, even as we head into the third day, I'm still nowhere near contemplating the Chelsea game. Perhaps we'll do that tonight. Obviously, that's another must-win, another cup final, all of the cliches come into play. But perhaps the dust has settled enough on a glorious North London derby for us to consider some of the things that came out that much. And one of the things that you have to start asking now is, can Tottenham go down this season? I'm going to take a look at the fixtures to come and share the statistical analysis using the simulation Monte Carlo models that we do. So we're going to have a look at it and I'll give you the exact numbers on it. But I'm really not that interested in the exact number probability. I'm much more interested in what you think, because there are some things to consider here. First of all, it's Tottenham. Yeah, they're Spursy, but they don't usually go down. It's been a while since they've been down. And Igor Tudor brought in, he wins his first game in the last 5 clubs he's at, comes in, bang. I love the fact that Igor Tudor said after the match that he thinks we're probably the best team in Europe. I can't remember if he said Europe or the world. He probably meant the world, but tempered it down because he saw what happened to Thomas Frank for just having a cup with Arsenal on the side. Merch. But, for all of the people, and some within our own fan base who laugh and jeer at people who say that Arsenal are the best team in Europe, you got to give some credit to the manager of Tottenham saying it, no? And it does feel as though we do also have to have this debate, this question has to be asked. Were we good against Tottenham? Eze scored, Gyökeres scored. Didn't it feel a little bit, though? And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to rub salt into any wounds. I'm just saying, didn't it feel a little bit to you like maybe Tottenham were the Championship side and we were the Premier League side, and the result was never in any doubt? That's why even when Declan Rice makes it uncustomary mistake that leads to Kolo Muani scoring his first Premier League goal, doesn't really overreact. He just kind of goes, my bad, mea culpa, let's get another couple of goals. And have we all had our opinion of the game changed by the end result? Like, whilst you were watching that first half, did you feel as confident it was going to be a 4-1? Don't know. But the only other thing that I do really want to get your opinions on, I don't have any answers, I just have questions, but I know how I feel about the Gabriel falling over under Kolo Muani's two-handed shove. Do you think it was awful and should be stamped out of football, or were you just relieved? Because at 2-2, doesn't the game feel a little bit different? These are questions I have. And also, I do want to spend a bit of time. I just want to say hats off to Bodo Glimt, who have unkindly been called Bozo Glimt. I did scoff a little bit when Manchester City lost to them. But tonight, watching them at the San Siro dismantle Inter Milan with clinical counter-attacking football, truly brilliant. I mean, not from a betting point of view, I got hosed, but it was a fantastic match to watch. Of course, we have the next round of fixtures tomorrow, and we'll find out eventually on Friday who we play in the next round. It's likely to be Leverkusen or Dortmund. At this point, it's definitely not going to be... Well, look, let me get on with this by doing it the proper way and playing the intro music, and then we'll come straight back.
As dust settles, moonlight sharp like a blade. Tuesday club door swing, cool cats invade. Rosie at the helm, a queen with no crown. Snaps fingers once the whole room quiets down. Jackets leather, glasses frosted with steam. Laughter ricochets like a well-oiled machine. Dice roll in shadows, secrets drip like wax. Stylish assassins, no need to relax. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe crying like the street light calls. The regulars know it's not just a scene, it's a haven for the sharp, the slick, the serene. Chatter like bullets ricochet through the air. Rosie's eyes sharper than a lioness stare. No drama, no mess, just rhythm and flow. Tuesday's the day, the city, let's go. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. I got the Tuesday Mets, don't like that's the Tuesday Mets. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club.
It's a party. Come on, it is a party, and it's a Tuesday club. It's always going to be a party or feel like a party 2 days after you batter the Spuds. You absolutely roast the Spuds at their own as yet unnamed stadium, although perhaps you'll let one of the championship teams christen it when they go there next year, because the question for tonight, the one that seems to have sparked the most interest in the comment section, can Tottenham be relegated? So, thank you, first of all, for being here. Maltlicky Texas says, yes, from what I'm reading, their supporters, their players' attitude stinks, and it's been that way under their previous two managers, and there were signs of it towards their new manager on Sunday. There was, I know that it's probably not true, Mickey van der Ven ignoring Igor Tudor. Apparently, he was actually talking to Jed Spence. I don't know, don't quote me on that. But so they made it look like Mickey van der Ven was ignoring Igor Tudor. But I do just want to say, look, if you're going to bring in an interim manager, one of the problems they had with the team was the team really liked the charisma. The big Ange Postecoglou was just who we are, mate. And they loved him, and they would run through walls for him. And this was the quote I was reading. But, I mean, in terms of actually seeing anyone acting like they would run through walls, they weren't running around on the pitch. But the argument is that Big Ange really got the most out of players. He was able to get them really fired up and pumped up. So when he left and Thomas Frank came in, there wasn't the same love for Thomas Frank. He didn't have the same kind of aura, and he let things slide. So players would turn up late for training. I know, I'm surprised as well. Like, who knew they were actually training? But they were turning up late for training. The atmosphere wasn't good, and ultimately they were complaining about he was a small club manager. This is what made me laugh. Like, some of the players were accusing Thomas Frank of being a small club manager, and think, well, he's perfectly placed then, isn't he? Because in the Premier League, it doesn't get much smaller. They've got a fantastic stadium. And I do also later on want to talk about that stadium announcer saying they're scared because, you know, like they'll pull out all the stops to try and get any kind of result against us and still get battered 4-1 at home. But bringing in Igor Tudor, for me, it just seems like if they weren't playing for Thomas Frank and they didn't think that he was going to be around, how do you get on board with playing for Igor Tudor? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, Maltlicky Texas. I agree with what you've just said. And good evening, landlord, and good evening to you. And there he is, a Zanzibarbarian. Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of 1977 Revival and a packet of Spuds for the drop, please. Perhaps we should take a look at what music was current in 77. I'm guessing some Slade, some Sweet, some probably T-Rex. Am I wrong? And there he is. Look at that, Collis. Good evening, Gooners. Good evening to you indeed. Malia, without whom none of this makes any sense. Great to have you here. Big up, Bossman, and all legends in the chat. Tuesday Club. Woohoo! I know we love the tune. Spurs are going to Spursy their way down. I've done the 20,000 Monte Carlo simulations. I will share with you what the probabilities are. But you know what? Like, it doesn't seem to matter when I talk probabilities in football. People just go, nah. It is so much a game that we just experience and live and feel that we don't really rationally perceive it. So that will probably be the case with when I share this. And there he is, Mr. Tom. That's his name. That name again is Mr. Tom. I need to be better prepared for this so that I don't waffle on while I'm looking for the clip. You know.
Almost everything has something to do with Leeds United. Mr. Tom, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Tom.
Well, this weekend, everything does have something to do with Leeds United because Manchester City travel to Leeds on the Saturday. And could it be that with our 5 points ahead now, could we still be 5 points ahead when we play Chelsea on Sunday, or maybe 4 points ahead? Or are we expecting Leeds to lose? I'm not. I think that there's a better chance of Leeds not losing this game than there is of losing. There's a 44% chance, in my opinion. Again, probabilities. It won't happen, and then someone will say, "Man, I told you so," which is kind of mental. But that's how people are, and got to love it. Hey, legends, says Colles. Kettle's just boiled, tea ready, white no sugar, because you don't need it. She definitely doesn't. Sweet enough already. Arsenal winning the league and Spurs getting relegated in the same season. It's written. It's written. It is written, or is it? Like, do we honestly think if you multiply the probabilities together, you might as well put a quid on it because you'd be happy if you win. You'd be delighted if you win, whatever happens, I know. And there he is, Kobe. Tottenham can definitely go down. They have some tough fixtures ahead. That being said, it's only really be funny if we do our jobs properly, in my opinion. Yeah, there will be. Look, we're not Spurs fans, so the fact that if we don't win the Premier League and they go down isn't going to make anyone happy at all, is it? Like, honestly, can't see that. There he is, AFC Rids. Bosh. Bless up, bless up. Kiss teeth. There is more chance of me winning the NBA championship than Spurs relegated. Not really, but the thought amused me. There is in San Antonio Spurs in the... is that a joke around that? Because it didn't land. But you're normally so funny. Good evening all, says Makuze. To answer your question, Dan, yes, Spurs can and most definitely should get relegated. They've been pretending to be a Premier League team for far too long. What a brilliant comment. I like that one already. Clockenders, where have you been? We're all having a party. We're all having a party. We're all having a party when Tottenham going down. I just want to say also, I'll try and dig it out, but I watched some absolutely fantastic content. An Arsenal channel I will recommend to everybody, along with Highbury Squad and Deluded Gooner. But it was just a bunch of lads going to the match and watching it from the away end. Were you there? Because what a thing to be part of. What an absolute limbs akimbo. Mort Leaky Texas says the biggest threat to Arsenal winning the title is Arsenal. Our players need to cut out the bozo moments. Well, yeah, I mean that. But also the big bozo moment was really Declan Rice. You know, trying to nutmeg Kolo Muani. I mean, I know it's only Kolo Muani, but a bit of a mistake. And also, while I remember, I don't know how any of you saw Jeff Stelling's prediction for who had the better transfer window at the start of the season. Just before the end of the transfer window, just after the end of it, he went through which team he felt had the best transfer window. And he put Spurs. Like experts, nobody knows anything, right? Let's not any of us pretend to be experts. Essex. We're all having a party. We're all having a party. When Tottenham going down. Oi, oi, Savaloy. E-I-E. I assume you were there. Great result. We could have scored 7 or 8 against them. Don't know why I've made you posh. But you are a bit posh. Get the likes up, people. Smash up those likes. Exactly. I don't really normally ask you for likes, but come on. Yes, mate, I was Clockenders. I'm so pleased for you, man. Like I said, I watched this content. It was a bunch of young guys and girls that went to the match and just reminded me what I loved about football. You know, I wish I could go to away games. I wish I could whatever I can do. It's who we are, mate. It's who we are, mate. And, Igor gets a statue outside of the Emirates if he takes Spurs down. That's too... I'd have to share it, wouldn't he? He'd have to have one with Thomas Frank, and in between him, you've got Big Ange. Yeah, I'd have that. Like those 3 as a statue with a thumbs up, going, we're all having a party, I believe that both Newcastle and Villa went down in the same season. My memory's crap. I know that both went down. I don't know if they went down the same season. Oh, it's in 77 when Tottenham went down. Okay. You'll always be shit. Will you come to see the Arsenal? Now fuck off home. Evening, Bart. Lone Star Londoner. Ah, look at this. Bad audio, Bobby. Straight in. Evening, landlord. Watched Get Help today. It wasn't bad. Did you see it at the cinema then? It's not out on streaming platforms yet, but thank you so much for the $4.99. As I used to say, it keeps the lights on. You're an absolute legend. Thank you. It means a lot. In 1977, this was a top song. Tonight's the Night, Gonna Be Alright. Rod Stewart. Must have been a shite year for music, but great one. Sings spots. I think I could dig around and find some good music. What year was? I know the Sex Pistols, Nevermind the Bollocks, was 76. I'm sure I could dig around and find some better music than that. I don't remember Tonight's the Night, Gonna Be Alright. I don't know that song, and I don't hate Rod Stewart. I don't think the mathematicians have worked out correction of the Spursy, but right. This is brilliant. I don't think the mathematicians have worked out the correction of the Sposy boson, which surely affects a probability beyond current understanding. It's so true. I have put in, just because I am boring, and I have corrected. So we've done the same 20,000, and then I've run a sensitivity version, which accounts for a 10% decrease in attack and a 10% increase in the opponent's defense. All of these models I will share with you. Actually, talking about sharing with you, let me make sure I put the link in, because this is not a one-man pub anymore. You know it, I know it. Leeds will draw with City 1-1. I'm calling Coles. I think you're right. There's statistically a better chance of it being a draw or a defeat for Man City. It's a 56% chance of a draw or defeat with a 44% win probability. I think people are getting well ahead of themselves loving Manchester City. But I've been saying that all along. I am also conscious, though, and I think we all are and should be, that a lot of Arsenal fans have gone from the Wolves result being the end of the world to now we're going to win in the quad again. I think we just have to stay a bit level and experience and enjoy it as we go. Chelsea is going to be a game that's a potential banana skin. Of course it is. But you have to believe. You have to hope. We should go into it with a bit of confidence. We're at home. It's Chelsea. Goals have been given after clear pushing in the back. E.g. Voltemada, Gabriel, Ekitike versus Spurs. Yeah, you know what? I do feel for Spurs, but just not much. And the reality is, none of them. You know, when Gabriel was pushed over by Joel Linton in the horrendous goal that Joe Willock had agreed was off. You know, we had to be patronised by people telling us what the curvature of a ball meant and why you couldn't tell if a ball was in or out. All of that shit to one side. But not only was there an offside that follows, but there was a Big Gabby was pushed over by Joel Linton, two hands. It was probably more of a push. We didn't get that on that day. Ekitike's goal stood even though he pushed Romero over. I just want some consistency. I still think we would have won the game fairly comfortably. I just would quite like to not... I don't want to watch a game of football and wait and see what some idiot in a VAR box thinks. Is the World Cup going to sort out VAR? Is there going to be an innovation that improves it? There are so many questions. As I have said many times before, and I'm sure doesn't require me to repeat it, I have only questions. So to help me with answers... He's here. The man. The myth.
Hello.
All right, how are you? All right?
What
Colonel?
ABBA were there, 1977.
There you go. That was Waterloo. Wasn't that the year of the Eurovision?
No, it was Dancing Queen.
Oh, Dancing Queen. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a tune.
Leo Sayer, You Make Me Feel Like Dancing.
God, awful tune.
The best group in the world, Electric Light Orchestra, Telephone Line.
I'm going to disagree that the Electric Light Orchestra is the best band in the world. Have you married into the... why would you say that? They're the band the Beatles wanted to be.
Because they are. Yeah. Hotel California, Eagles.
That's good. That's a good tune. That's when I used to run more regularly. I used to have this thing where I'd have to listen to 10 songs in one circuit, and then I could stop running for a bit. And it was random. But every now and again, Hotel California would come on and you'd be like, oh, fucking hell. It's like 3 songs long. How have you been in the days since the North London derby?
I've been watching loads of videos of Arsenal beating Tottenham.
There are loads of videos of Arsenal beating Tottenham.
I'll tell you something. I was surprised, actually, going back on it, is how many goals we could have scored before half-time. We had 4 really good chances.
Yeah, it was different. I mean, There's a lot to talk about in terms of the cold light of analytic. Like one of the things that was really great is if you look at the first goal, obviously it's a cut back from Saka because he gets a bit of luck against Sarr. But he does exactly what Arteta's talked about, which is get bodies. I think there's 9 players in and around the box when he cuts that ball back, and it's kind of chaos. But that's what Arteta talks about. He says like you want to get the ball. Julian Nagelsmann talks about that as well. Get the ball into the area. I was just thinking about this though, because I was thinking if it had been Martinelli, it would have somehow if it was only Arsenal players in the box, all 9 of the players had been in the box, lined up in different areas, and Martinelli across it would have still gone out for a throw-in on the other side. But with the first half chances, yeah, we were definitely favourites. But did you feel that confidence in the game itself?
No, but when we went 2-1 up, I was.
I needed it to be 3-1. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It was, at 3-1, I celebrated like crazy and ran to the kitchen.
No.
FC Rids has said Spurs won't go down as West Ham and Forest are worse than them. I don't think West Ham are worse than them, but you have to say, that West Ham's next 4 fixtures are Liverpool away, Fulham away, City at home, and Villa away. It's like, I mean, it is looking. I still think there's more to talk about here. Hey, look, it's Benny from Berlin, looking serious, Benny.
Benny.
I haven't vetted you. Be careful. How are you? All right?
I'm good. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, I mean, how bad can it be after you beat Spurs in the North London derby? It's amazing. I haven't had a lot of texts from Spurs friends. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened to them.
Yeah.
I do hope they're all right for their last season in the Premier League. There's a few points I do want to discuss. First of all, I do want to get both of your opinion. The foul on Gabriel, right? If that had gone against us, if we'd scored a goal and Romero had fallen over like Big Gabby fell over, you'd be pissed off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see it.
I think there was. Is it the one against Newcastle? There was one.
Newcastle, Joel Linton on Big Gabby, and he pushes him over, and we don't get that. The ball goes out of play, we don't get that. The defender gets pushed over, we don't get that, and the ball was offside, and we didn't get that either. I know it's different, but it just feels to me like nobody's got a problem with people making mistakes. I watched football for years, and we always have a problem with a referee, but in the end, you never heard talk of conspiracies or anything like that. The reality is, with VAR, I can forgive the referee at the time thinking he's seen a solid 2-handed push. But when you watch it back on VAR, it's terrible. Like Gabby's 6'3". It's like, if he didn't want you to push him over, there's no way Colin Warner gets to push him over. So I just felt like it was probably...
I think for VAR, it's like a clear and obvious error, right? So if there were no hands, then VAR would have said, okay, that's not a push. But like since there were hands, I don't think the VAR has enough to overrule the on-field decision. So
isn't that also true of the... Oh, yes. So look, I think that's probably the best point I've heard anyone make on this subject. You're 100% right. I would say that I would agree with you 100%. It's impossible to blame VAR for this. If the referee decides that goal doesn't stand, they don't overrule it. That's a really fair point.
You know, Gabby was just about to jump up when he got pushed.
Yeah, no, listen, you can sell that shit to anyone else, but I'm just saying I've got to be consistent. If it happened to us, I'd be furious. I'd be all right, though, because I know we'd still go on and win the game. But, I just feel like all we want is consistency, right?
It was a soft push, but I think it was a foul anyway. I'm fine either way, but a lot of Tottenham fans were using that as an excuse that if the game had two, then we would have we
would have gone on and won it because we had you on the ropes. It's like you had one touch in our box in the first half.
Tottenham outplayed, seriously outplayed.
They did. I just can't decide, and I know it's not cool to talk about it because obviously I want to be chest out, toes on the ground. We battered them, and we did. But are they just really poor? And this is what AFC Rids has written here. Spurs won't go down as West Ham, Forest, or worse. I don't think they necessarily are worse. Definitely Tottenham have the slightly easier run-in. When you look at it, though, when you look at Spurs go to Fulham away, they might get a point from that. They go Palace at home, you fancy they might get a point. But Liverpool away, I'm not sure Spurs beat Forest at home. I'm not sure I don't see them going away to Sunderland. I mean, their players just aren't playing at the moment. So if I look at it, I see that they probably get 10 points from the remaining 11 fixtures. And that takes them to just under the 40 points. I don't necessarily know if it'll take 40 points to stay safe this year, but come on, West Ham.
I don't know. I was watching a YouTube channel. I can't remember what it was, but they made a really good point in terms of like, in terms of the 4 teams there. So Burnley, out of Burnley,
Well, you can't count Burnley. They're down. They are.
Well, no, I'm counting them because they're all down. They're all down in the, like, we can pair Tottenham there. So
I
Burnley,
think it's Leeds. I think the argument is Leeds, West Ham, Forest, and Tottenham.
Yeah. So in terms of all the teams there, in terms of the players, they were making a point that those players are not the kind of players that are normally play in relegation battles, whereas all the other teams are. So it kind of made sense. It kind of made sense to him that Tottenham played that bad because the players have never been in a relegation battle before. They are not the kind of players that are used to relegation battles. They are not the kind of players that used to fight at the bottom of the league. So they take it very casually. Because let's be honest, like as we all do like to shit on Tottenham because they are Tottenham and they are shit.
Yeah. Who do you think is shit?
In terms of quality of the team, there are a lot of international players in that Tottenham team, and they are far better than the teams in the relegation zone. But in terms of the mentality, when it comes to playing as a relegation team, none of those players have experienced it. And that could be a part of...
I'll take your point. I want to come back to that because I want to look at the Spurs here. I'm going to go through some of the comments because otherwise I end up being 20 minutes behind. I'm already getting there. Took the piss on and off the pitch. I know, I loved it. I loved the noise. I loved the away fans. It's just my favourite thing about being an Arsenal fan at the moment. It was at the cinemas, really just a fun watch. It has been recommended. I'll wait for it to stream. You lot made some good... Oh, here we go. Cole's absolutely spot on. You made some great noise at Spurs. Great to hear the Gabriel song singing out. It was just so good. There was a point where I heard them singing "Are You Tottenham in Disguise," which is always my favourite thing. I was thinking, what did we say? You're going down with the Tottenham? Like, what are you saying? What do you sing at them? And then Rosie, Fandabi Rosie. She's changed her wee picture again. I don't know what that is. Hello, Rosie. How are you? Everyone's good. Just peachy. Was good, brother. Oh, mate, it must have been one of the best places to be. I mean, it was great everywhere if you were an Arsenal fan. But like I said, I found some really brilliant YouTube content with the guys. They did just before the match in the pub. I think they went to the Blackstock. I'm pretty sure it was a Blackstock. And then they went on to the Seven Sisters. I just love the idea of being that age again and being that young and just going to the game and singing and loved it. Thank you for Sunday Night Lone Star. I was in stitches a few times. Yeah, he was brilliant. The comment about the beach was great. Unpopular opinion, City will beat Leeds. I think that's not an unpopular opinion. It's probably the most... No, it's not the most likely event. The most likely event is that Leeds draw or win. Actually, it's amazing to me, but that is the probability. City, though, have a lot to play for and they're not going to want to hand over to us the next day. But Leeds under the lights in the modern cold night in Stoke. I think that's part of it, you know. It's a late kick-off, Saturday night. Anything's possible in football. We've seen it, right? Agbon Lahore got some good stock from Gooner on TalkSport. That was funny, yeah. A lot of people wearing some banter. And we will beat Chelsea. If we beat Chelsea and Brighton, I don't care so much what they do anyway. We're all Leeds, aren't we? Yes, we are. I'm thinking of doing a watch-along Saturday night. Honest to God. Stick,
Should.
bloody fat finger stick. What was it? Like, what have you accidentally written there? Got good. Oh, yeah. I did wonder what you were on about. Good stock. Hello, Rosie. And then there's. Right, here we go. Here's a good one. VAR is so slow. The game has no rhythm to it with all the checks. Chats-sports. Great to see you. Make sure you're subscribed. It is shit, isn't it? Not only is VAR shit, but now you can't play a match if the two people standing shouting distance from each other can't hear each other.
What?
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Oh, he's good. That nearly got me. No, but I mean, what a nonsense. 11 minutes added on to the game. It's not right. It's not. It's just. I don't want to sound like Gary Neville, so I'm not going to go on about it. But it was piss take. Leeds. Dirty Leeds. To win the UCL, we're going to have to get past Bodo Glimt into. No, we're not. We're not. They're not getting to the final. Although I did watch them. Unbelievable game. I'm into Milan at 10 points clear at Serie A. All of this talk about how the Premier League is washed. Look at me. I'm learning the lingos, Andy. Washed. They're washed. That's big up and bless up your bad self. No, it cracks me up though, because you think Inter Milan. I know they beat City, but come on, man. Like Inter Milan got beaten home and away by Bodo Glimt. Loved the game. I've played the game. Forest have a better squad. Do you know what? It's something Benny was saying, wherever he's gone. He's still there. If you look at the squad, Vicario, 2 years ago, last year, we were getting told by all kinds of Spurs fans that he was one of the best keepers. The Van de Ven Romero centre-back partnership was better than ours. Destiny Udogie was a fantastic fullback. Pedro Porro was on fire. Maddison was a better 10. We are unlucky not to get Yves Bissouma. They've added Paulinho. They had Kulusevski. They went out and spent some money on Xavi Simons, a player who I've always rated. They got Dominic Solanke, remember? They spent as much on him as we did.
Thank God you're not a scout. Thank God you're not a scout, Dan. You'd have gotten Xavi Simons.
Listen, you can't judge Xavi Simons on what he's done at Spurs. Do you know what I mean? Because tell me you don't think Paulinho is a good player. Do you know what I mean?
I like Paulinho, but
I like Kolo Muani, not that much, but I thought he was, and they bought Kudus as well from West Ham. So they've bought players.
I need to ask a really important question.
Yes, you may.
Benny, why are you eating cream cakes at midnight?
So I actually before I came on, I went to the gym for a really vigorous cycling workout, and I was hungry, and the store is like 1 minute away, and I was like, okay, before it closes at 12 o'clock, I'm gonna get myself some. They are called Berliners here, which are donuts. So I had my not cream cakes though, but yeah, very very close.
I think I like the fact that he's like your personal trainer or something, going like, "What have I told you?
No, I'm
low
just
carbs.
Jealous.
Come on, protein."
Well, I'm just jealous. That's all it is. I mean, this is all I've got to bloody eat. Look at that.
Can I just say I haven't eaten anything since Sunday at 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's your fault, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my fault because I'm a fat fuck, and I stood on the scales and I was like, "You kidding me?" Right,
You've been ouch, get off.
only
one person
couldn't even speak. It was like, no, never mind. So I'm doing it this year. This is my year to get back in shape. If Spurs get relegated, I don't think I could wipe the shit-eating grin off my face. I might be committed by Christmas. Makuze. I love that expression, but I don't. It's a brilliant expression, shit-eating grin. But like, why is it that? Like, why would you have a grin on your face if you were eating shit? It's like I've never understood that, but I do enjoy it. The risk of relegation is becoming an annual event for Spurs. They were in the same position last year. Crazy work. I think they were slightly better off, but you're absolutely right. It is becoming. Oh, by the way, Lucky Singh, nice to see you. Oh, Man City, another club I hate. Good, you're in good company. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't hate them. I just don't want them to win anything now. Was it you? I can't remember who it was. It was either you or my father-in-law's Andy that sent a picture of. I think it was you, wasn't it? Of formerly known as Prince, in a Man City
with the Man City shirt on.
I'll try and dig that out. It's absolutely brilliant. It's how to avoid charges. He's hoping to avoid charges. He's got a Man City shirt on. Brilliant. Gabbett made it look theatrical, but push in the back when you're jumping will knock you forward away from heading it. I think
absolutely right.
Yeah, I think we can agree that look, you might not like it in football, but if you don't act up, people don't notice. So when you get injured, you have to show that you've been injured. It's all very well people saying, "Oh, they're play acting." No, they're just drawing attention to a foul. I get it, but I would much rather, because I don't think Tony Adams would have done that. I would have much rather Gabby just wins that header. Like, is that so much to ask? Do you know what I mean? Like, never mind getting pushed over. I know that you're right, and as you're jumping and he gets pushed over, but Colin Wani.
I noticed that their manager, Tudor, was doing that after, and I thought, oh no, what he's doing is that he's saying we're going down.
I don't think he gives a shit. He's already said, I'm not here anyway. Right. Hour-long escort from Seven Sisters through the back streets, avoiding the high road and in through the back door past Northumberland Station. Absolute hoot, mate. I love it. It just takes me back. Getting kept back for a long time at Spurs game. Speak for yourself, Dan. I'm neck deep in ref conspiracies. This is the season refs edit the film for Arsenal. Boy Tendio's here. Wicked to see. Quad loading, mate. I think we're getting a bit of the rub of the green this year. I don't think it's anything like Man City levels, but I think we're not having so many bad ones go against us, are we?
No, we haven't had anyone sent off either.
Yet. Said that. I know what you're doing. Cole S says DG was funny on TalkSport. DG was classic, absolutely classic. I loved him. I wrote him a long comment. I just loved him. He was on there with Abby Summers, who for me is just one of the most irritating people on YouTube. I'm just tired of her. Every time Arsenal play, I'm going to be cheering for the other team. Don't worry about it. We already know what you.
I don't know. I quite like her actually because
it's funny. Like you know what? People are divisive, aren't they? Some people like you, some people.
It's really hard being a Tottenham fan, especially when your team keeps losing.
But she just feels like a rent-a-gob to me. She just feels like he's a fan that says the same shit over and over again. You know.
I mean, what do you want them to do? They are like, there's nothing for them to hold on.
I'm going to hold her to the high standards I hold you, and all of the guys in the comments and chat. I want intelligent, incisive football commentary, opinion, and debate. I don't want just someone sitting there going, "I hate Arsenal. I hate them so much. They're cringing. I hate Arsenal." It's like, I don't know. Sometimes you get the feeling. This is just my personal opinion, but sometimes you get the feeling that if it wasn't football, she'd want to be on YouTube for something else. Do you know what I mean? It's not about. There's so many great people on YouTube that whether there's I'd never remember her name, a Spurs girl that's always on Terry Flewers, and she's brilliant and she's intelligent and you can tell she's a real football fan. But there's every now and again it's amazing who some people get rubbed up the wrong way by and other people don't. She's just one of mine. I'm kind of tired of her, to be honest with you. Gabrielle should not take that risk of going over with minimal contact. Don't force a ref to make... Licky Texas, you and I agree on that. That's true, though, isn't it? He's right. Like, because Gabrielle's taken a risk. He goes over there. I think he could have stayed on his feet. Are we all agreeing that he couldn't have stayed on his feet?
No, because if you're starting to jump up and someone pushes you in the back, you're going forwards.
Yeah, no, all right. So what you're saying, therefore, is that Gabriel could not have stayed on his feet.
It could have, but then would it be a foul?
It wouldn't be a foul. Exactly.
Yeah,
so what I agree with
but then he might not have had. He might have missed the ball.
I know, but that's your job, isn't it? You go for it.
I mean, like Zanzi was making a good point that if you jump up and somebody pushes you, right, you're definitely not getting that. I'm not sure the push he might get the ball. So
I hear the point, and I'm not here to. We can never know. What I'm saying though is this: I really like Mortlicky's point here because he feels to me like he took the risk to show that he'd been pushed. He fell over.
Yeah.
Where the other less risky option is just try and stay on your feet, and also know that you might get pushed and elbow the bloke in the face before he gets anywhere near you. Just saying. No one knows how much force Kolo Muani has in those pencil arms. That's fair. Yeah, exactly. Glazers out. Thank you. I was going to say, where's the Glazers out? Arsenal fan had a rival, but with I respect Arsenal as a team club. You must do because you're here and you're one of us now. Their club made by people history, Dennis Bergkamp, and before them even. Cole, clear 2 hands on his back, letter of the law. I do love. Listen, don't start the letter of the law shit with me. Do you remember when Declan Rice got sent off for accidentally nudging the ball 3 inches to the right and everyone was letter of the law? I don't like it. It went down like he'd been shot. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Fair. But I can only. I think where there is injustice anywhere, there is injustice everywhere. If it happened to us, I would expect a similar Tottenham fan, if they have internet and YouTube on their own channel, to say something like, yeah, that was a bit soft. And that's all I'm saying. I think we can all agree on that. No, it was a bit soft. To have a goal disallowed for pushing over a 6'3" person, you know. No, you two are militant. I love it. You're not saying shit. Like, no, Dan, by the letter of the law, I don't shit on Tottenham. That shit was already there when I got here. Another quality comment. Oh, man, City player, Turkey, I believe, kicking the ball away. Did we see a yellow? Did we fuck? Oh, no, listen, don't get me started. City get away with murders. They get away with literal murder. I mean, I'm never going to understand how City fans even enter into conversations when they feel hard done by. You have a top profile pick. Yes. Down with Burnley. You're going down with a Burnley. That's harsh. That is harsh. I see we're leaving Wolves out of it for sympathy reasons. And yeah, are you Tottenham in disguise? Absolutely loved it. When you hear that, when there's all this razzmatazz and they're scared, let me tell. I thought like they bring out Dele Alli and they go, look, here's what, he's the superstar player of yesteryear and come on, we can beat these. And then they get tunked 4-1 at home. Nah, too good. O'Hara going potty again. Yeah, he's just a mess, isn't he? Apparently the chicken has asked for a transfer. It's a cock. I remember saying that to a Spurs fan once. I said, isn't it embarrassing walking around with a chicken on your shirt? And he goes, it's not a chicken, it's a cock. I was like, oh, say nothing then. Crazy. I've seen it, Nate. I've been sent pictures too. I like Arsenal. Well done. Hi all. Ina Yandrop. Great to see you, mate. I'm sure we're all buzzing, aren't we? Rosie had creased me up. Right, wait, wait. Prem is washed, but the other leagues are looking unwashed. 4 in a row. Ole, ole, ole. I saw a statistic that is the first time we've done the double over Spurs in some stupid number of years. I think they said 87. 1987.
Yeah, I heard that as well, yeah.
My brother was a year old. That's mental. Will second beating 15th ever be unpopular take or just common sense? No, exactly, Mr. Tom, absolutely. Anyone saying I think that City will beat Tottenham, City will beat Leeds, my apologies, I should never have done that. I can only apologise. But yeah, of course, everyone's going to think that City will walk all over Leeds. I just don't think they will. Although saying that, I think it's this under the lights, isn't it? That'll help. Xavi Simons is good. I agree with you. We would have done very well getting Xavi Simons. Well, he would have been happier. I think when you sign for Tottenham, you should just give up anyway. We need a Thomas Frank tifo. We do. How cool was that, seeing that in the stadium as well? Someone snuck in a Thomas Frank little doll.
Yeah.
I just fucking love the away fans, man. You can't, how can you not? Anytime you think that you go on YouTube and everyone's, this team's shit, this manager's shit, these fans are toxic, every time you do that, just listen to the away fans. Honestly, I was watching the footage from inside the ground and just, and I just thought, God, I'd love to have been there so much. Benny lives the thug life. Yes, he does. Cream cakes at midnight. Do what I fucking want. Paulinho is the best midfielder, plays centre-back. I know in a back three. Twice they've played a back three against us.
My dad actually, I think he starts to watch your channel, so shh.
Well, then he knows the drill. He knows the drill.
I'm sorry that I mentioned the fact that you're having a cream cake, Benny.
It's like, it was really funny. My brother, my dad was like, my brother sent him a clip of me on some radio, on some TV, YouTube show, and I was like, when was that? I was like, when did you start watching? Yeah, you were talking about Arsenal, and I was like, oh, okay. I know what he sent him. So, yeah.
Well, I hope it was Arsenal. Imagine if it was on the Crystal Palace show when you were a Crystal Palace fan. So imagine that. Actually, that'd be quite fun to see if I could crash. I might try and crash onto one of these like other fan channels and just pretend I'm I've been a weekend
I just hope it wasn't OnlyFriends. OnlyFans.
We'll have. You don't even know it, do you?
No.
Your own channel. Watch Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die today. Good movie. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die seems like a good title for a film. I respect your fasting discipline, landlord. I tried to do 16 hours intermittent fasting. I can't. Do you know what? I was supposed to break my fast and I've got these keto strips and it was like, nope, you're too fat. You still haven't started burning off your glycogen. So I was like, all right, I'll just do another day then. I wouldn't advise anyone live as recklessly as me to get to this point. It's just
I always find the best way to fast is literally when you're asleep at night, and then start again in the morning when you wake up.
That's what I've been doing. That is literally what I do. I look forward to sleeping. City game should have been a draw. That bum goal should not. Yeah, do you know what? I know. Thank you. Very good point, because we might have got a slice of luck from ours. But I said this on Sunday. It is actually a fact that if you push someone offside, they can't be offside. But if you do want to just go down the route of he pushed him, well, then it's a penalty anyway. So either give him a penalty or a goal. And I think for all the people that are saying City this and they're not going to drop any points, they only play one half of football. If Leeds can keep it close in the first half, I think we could be in for an absolute... I'm doing a watch-along. Sod it, I never do a watch-along. I'm doing a Man City Leeds.
I was very surprised because City, at the moment, have most of their players back. And they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do... Well, they did dominate for a bit, but I was like... What?
Benny, when you think that one of those two teams had extra days off and the other had just got back from Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Right? What on earth are people trying to tell me that this Man City side is scary when I'm watching them walk around the pitch like we did against Wolves? If that game goes to 2-2, the energy, the stadium, there's all their fans going like that. And then they come out the next day with full chest going, yeah, we beat Newcastle. Yeah, it's all right. We beat Tottenham. Now let's go again.
I think I was actually quite surprised that the fans and the reaction, I know, everybody, they were happy that they beat Newcastle, but it was as if they won the league. They thought it was the deciding game themselves.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to just be okay, yeah, we've done that game, go again. But they were so
Where was Chris Sutton? Where was Chris Sutton? I wanted to hear, they were celebrating. What, you're not supposed to celebrate till what? Only City you're allowed to celebrate. Is that what it is?
And the fans were really nervous in the Emirates, in the Etihad. They were really, they were so I'm it bodes well for our game there, because I know they are going to be really, really, really nervous in that. When we it's
such a head. I'm going to do a really long, deep analysis of that game as we get nearer to the League Cup final and obviously the league game a month later. It's going to be really interesting. I've said it before. I don't necessarily subscribe to the idea that it's a make or break, that the winner will go on and win the league. But it's a standalone game, and I think if you lose it, you're more fired.
I think it gives momentum if Arsenal win the League Cup and then the one at the I think it's done, because I don't think City. I'm
trying to do everything I can just to stay level, because the reality is, look, nothing is going to get done till probably the Burnley game at the earliest.
To be fair, before you go back to the comments, you remember I did say that if we can beat Tottenham and Chelsea, we will win. So we beat Tottenham.
Yeah, I know you said that, but it doesn't make it true, baby.
No. I'm not. But I mean, if you look at all the games, I know the Brighton game. Every game is a important game, but those were the two games where I was just okay, if we can win them.
There are banana skins are plenty. We actually have the slightly easier run in than them. That is a reality in terms of league positions or in terms of previous performances. They're tracking at the moment. I know people don't like to hear this, but Manchester City are tracking to score an extra 22 to 24 points. So as long as we get between 18 and 22 points from the remaining fixtures, 6 or 7, possibly 8 wins at the outside, we will win the league. And I know that the narrative is, Arsenal are bottling it. I don't think we are. We've still only lost twice this season. The bottling it, to me, is when you start losing. But, I'm a gooner. What would I'm not exactly objective, I'm biased. That's why I do the statistical analysis, because I take it away from my opinion. And I will tell you guys what the percentage probability of Tottenham going down is a bit later on. Here he is. Anthony. Big ears, wee arms. No, sorry. Wee ears, big arms. Dipped in sherbet, Herbert, Earth, Ernie, Vader, Gert, Lash. And he says, oi, oi, fucking Savaloy. Oi, Razor, when you stood on the scales, did it say to be continued? Lol, you want some? No, it just had loads of zeros. It was like, beep. Thanks, though. You know, body shaming me. That Andy Goldstein is the lowest of the low. Oh, he does my head in. He absolutely does my head in. But I've started coming... When he's... Martin Keown got razzled by him, didn't he? He got totally flustered by him. Don't do that, Martin. Don't rise to it. He's there for that, isn't he? I remember the old days being in one side of the tube platform and the opposition fans on the other side throwing stuff. Yes. Ain't such a punchable face. Who we oh, Andy Goldstein. Yeah, he does deserve. Oh, he's such a drip. Don't know why people complain about everything. Yeah, it's life, isn't it? Andy Goldstein, is that the guy who looks like Noel Gallagher if he had a bad haircut? Yeah. Bad car crash, sorry. Yes, he looks like if you stranded Noel Gallagher on a desert island with no barber. That's the fella. That's the one. Clip? I don't know what you've put in there. Clock Enders, how's you, mate? Oh, look at this. Is a loving. And then, right, I think I'm always caught up now. Do you know that? There we go. Dank 50. Great to see you. Gabriel could have stayed on his feet, but it's great that he didn't. If he stayed on his feet and Kobe Mane scored, it would have been given. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. That is true, but that's my point, isn't it? Like, he could have stayed on his feet. Probably should have stayed on his feet. I missed it. Look, Jose's here. BX Gunner. Great to see you, mate. I was going for buzzing. Didn't quite work. Blah, blah, blah. Right, so everyone said hello to each other. I think Gabby knew he misread the flight of the ball, knew he wasn't going to get there and felt 2 hands on his back, so he took the risk to get a foul because he might not have gotten there anyway. That seems most likely to me. That's what I think happened. We'll never know. I did think it was funny when he was in the... he was taking a piss out of Richarlison on the bus back with the M&Ms and the Rio. Just, if you haven't got banter, fuck off home.
Did you see him when he's leaving the pitch after the match?
No, I didn't.
He was pointing to his shirt, this badge, and saying, "There, this is our stadium now."
Yeah. Well, maybe we could name it for him. Like, let's have a can I get your comments, guys, in the comments? Can you, not the obvious, not Shite Heart Lane, 3-point lane, the toilet bowl. Let's have a real go at trying to, you name it after their history. Can also, I can't believe I'm 52 years old and I've lived in North London 90-something% of that time. Known loads of Spurs fans, got a member of the family who's a Spurs fan, believe it or not. But I've never. It was only when somebody said, "What does to dare is to do mean? What does it actually mean? What does to dare is to do? Like, what are you talking about?"
I love when Condi like imitates like to dare is to do. You do nothing. You do nothing.
Cundy is one of those ones where if it's about Tottenham, I find it funny. It is. You got to give him his props, haven't you? He's got like
I think they did one yesterday. It was hilarious. You do nothing.
I think yes, I did see it. He had there was a point where he had the mask on, didn't he? Yeah, he's still a bellend, but fair enough. I watched. You know what really made me happy? Some of the things that made me happy. It was Jamie O'Haha, and it was a couple of days before the game, talking about, no, I think we'll beat these. I think we can beat them. It's just when you watch it afterwards, you just go, oh, Jamie. And then he started off by going, I get really annoyed with Wikipedia. It says I only played 34 times for Spurs. It doesn't count the League Cup games or the FA Cup games I played. I played like 60-something games for Spurs. I was like, yeah, all right. Is that something to be proud of?
Did you ever hear the video announcer before the game saying that Arsenal are going to bottle it and
they're scared. And you know, magic happens and they're scared, they're shitting themselves. And then it was like funny because we sort of kicked off like we weren't. I wonder if maybe this is one of the reasons we played well against them, because maybe Arteta did a very bad pre-match kickoff team talk. But then they got out and had to listen to this guy going, they're scared. And they're all just looking at each other. Goes, because of what? What do you mean we're scared? Did we do this for a living? Shut up, tart. Well, not scared now, are they? Scared they weren't all going to get a hat-trick. Is that what you meant? Eze's first goal was beautiful. I know. Do you feel like it was a sublime first touch, or do you feel like he got lucky? Because the place he hits that ball is really... Loved Eze breakdancing. Exactly. It's a high kick. It's impressive as hell to me.
I thought it was brilliant because I mean it was deflected to him, wasn't it? Hence the reason Saka didn't get it as a
assist.
assist.
Yeah.
Which
I know.
Stupid.
I think I was listening to I can't remember what they're called now. It used to be a different knock. Anyway, those guys, I really like them, and they were saying that if you can't enjoy watching Saka because his goals and the assists isn't good enough, if you're not enjoying, you're doing football wrong. Like, I don't give a shit if he doesn't get another goal or assist if we win the league. I think, Gyökeres doesn't score another goal, I won't care. I just care about one thing, and that's Arsenal winning. And the 10 outfield players up front can score goals between them, share them. I don't care. Tottenham Stadium will be as empty as their trophy cabinet if they go down. They've already told Tottenham fans that they're freezing the price of the tickets. I think it's because they think they are going down. Payment on that stadium with a half attended, it'll be painful for them, definitely. Have we all hit like? Is there enough likes going on? Let's smash some likes.
No, there's only 13 likes. It's not
That's
good
pathetic,
enough.
Isn't it? That is ridiculous, isn't it?
So you can't see me begging my finger. No.
I know. It's just I'm embarrassed for it. I'm embarrassed for you. Some of you are thinking, "Oh shit, I haven't done it yet," and we can see you.
Best thing to do is if you don't like Tottenham, like.
Or just like anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone here hates Tottenham. We can hear him crying at the lane. Listening to that in the concourse, Fuck off, Tottenham, I'm a gooner now. Shout out to Benny's brother and dad. Absolutely. I hope they've clicked like. I'll have a word with them if they haven't. Yeah, Vic is finding his feet. But you've written funding, haven't you? Yeah, funding his feet. Both goals. No. What's wrong with your fat fingers today, Cole? Just get a bigger keyboard, mate.
He needs some of his own medicine, doesn't he?
Who does?
Yeah. Collison, 42 for fat fingers.
See. Yeah. City fans know that this team of theirs does not pass the Champions Eye test. No, it doesn't. And also, I'm tired of people telling me they've won the league before. Right, well, Donnarumma hasn't won with City before. Yeah. Kuzanov hasn't. Neither is Aït-Nouri. Neither is Guéhi.
Cherky
hasn't. Reinders hasn't. Marmouche hasn't. There's a few that haven't. And, anyway, I think Semenyo, thank you. That's the other one. Doku. Oh, God, is he even still there? The other one that everyone told me was going to be brilliant. Savinho. Yes, they're hoping no one else can notice in time. Basically, they're riding off the fact that everyone wants it to be a title race so badly. They're making out that City are threatening and that we're worse off. And how the shit I keep hearing from people is, if we've had such a bad season and you've had such a good season, why are we only 2 points behind? It's like, you're 2 points behind. You've had a worse season. I don't give a fuck how far behind you. If we beat you on goal difference, I will not be upset about it. City sure have been getting a lot of questionable calls in their favour ever since Rodri cried that the refs were against them. And well before. They use it. Do you know that the FA, PGMOL, on the slide on their website that talks about high feet, they use the Liverpool, oh God, who was it? Put his foot on, but they actually, that wasn't a penalty.
In McAllister's chest.
Yeah,
that wasn't a Doku, wasn't that?
Doku on McAllister's chest. That's it. And they use that as a picture to demonstrate what high feet looks like. But on the day, that wasn't high feet. It's like, I don't know, but unless McAllister's a borrower, that's fucking high feet. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, if you're kicking someone in the chest, that's sleep time for Miss Tom. Good night, Gooners and Rosie. Miss Tom, let me know if you want to be part of a live watch along, or if you're already doing, I'll leave you alone. But I am definitely up for a watch along on Saturday.
Good night, Lord Thomas.
Lord Thomas indeed. Right, clock end as I'm looking some fight nastiness on Chelsea. What wonderful food did you cook today, Rosie? Saving graces, home clash, Ben White getting full return along with other Arsenal players. You've seen the Arsenal now fuck off home. I love that one. The history of the Tottenham Stadium. That is it. It's the only one so far, but that is brilliant. The history of the Tottenham Stadium. Love that. Today is to do. 13 league titles. You've only won 2. I love the way fans. It's circular, isn't it? To do is to do. Yeah, exactly. That's what it feels like. I just have no idea what it's about. Let's do something is to do something. Yeah. I mean, it means nothing. It's like everything else about them. Dan gives me makeup tips. I do give you makeup. You know how bad your life would have to be if I'm giving you makeup tips. Mascara is quality. There you go. That's a makeup tip. Make sure mascara gets a run. Tottenham Stadium should be renamed the Eberechi Eze Arena. I'm loving it. Mascara is effing amazing. I'm going to come back to you two. Can we both have opinions ready on mascara? Because it's starting to be quite impressive. Love how Eze and Saka combined against Spurs. We need them playing closer together, just like how Eze and Elise used to combine at Palace. God, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Dan, as someone who lives in Ghana and cares so little about Spurs, how seriously do Arsenal fans in England take Spurs? Do you know what? We've talked about this before. Football is a constantly evolving organism where you choose who you think is your rival. Like, I grew up with Spurs fans. They are obnoxious, and if you have a family member or relative or a friend who every time you do anything slightly silly, they can't wait to take the piss out of you and they never let you forget it. Those are Spurs fans. So for me, of course, I think you don't see a lot of Spurs fans outside of North London anyway. So if you really want to avoid them, it's not that hard. But for me, yeah, they are a right pest. Honestly, I would much rather they were relegated.
It could also be a generational thing as well, because I think in my time, I know you guys are a lot older than me, but in my
a little older.
Couple years.
Right?
I mean,
because we didn't just gorge ourselves on cream cakes. That's why we've made it to this ripe old age, mate.
in my time, I think it's more a Man U rivalry with Chelsea when they were. Yeah, so yeah, I like, to be fair, I any team that's not Arsenal that is going for the title, I like to see lose. So sometimes it's Liverpool, sometimes it's Man City, sometimes it's like Man United. Any team that is challenging for the title, I would like to see them lose. So those are the rivals I'm concerned with. I'm not really concerned.
I think that makes a lot of sense, right? That does make a lot of sense. There's nothing rational about the hatred of your nearest geographic rivals if they're so far apart from you. But obviously it was different for me in the 80s. They were more successful until Georgie came. And then there were, there's been moments where they've really hurt us, like the 91 semi-final where Gaza scored, things like that. But by and large, it's their fans. And if you've ever been to, I've never been to this new stadium, the Eze Arena, or whatever, but I do remember going to Shite Hart Lane, and they're just horrible. Their fans are horrible. I mean, it's vile, it's hatred, it's just horrible. It's spitting, it's just horrible. So watching our fans have such a party at their stadium is brilliant. Donnarumma has been City's saviour, to be honest. He has been amazing for them. That fingertip save. But he's running them into the ground. Don't you care about our players' well-being? I know. I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing. Like, it is. I haven't been watching any of the Gluminati. I feel like I've turned a corner. I'm just kind of watching people I like now, and I'm feeling much better for it. But I refuse to believe that there are still people. There must be people still doing negative shit right now. Agree, Mascara was the best value for money signing last time. Oh, that's right. I was going to come to that. Zanzi, thoughts on Mascara? I know you're not wearing any tonight, but I'll do the jokes for us.
Absolute fucking bargain. He's brilliant. I'll tell you something. I'll be interested to know who's faster between him and Saliba. Because there's one time at the match where he'd just come on for Timber. And who was on the left-hand side? It must have been...
no one. There was absolutely no one on their left-hand side or their right-hand side.
No, it was that Simmons, I think.
He was,
I think it was Simmons, but Mosquera came flying back, tackled him brilliantly.
Yeah, he's not...
He's
I still
fast.
prefer Hincapié. I'm really surprised at the shit Hincapié gets. But I think he's been really, really solid. I didn't, But Mosquera...
15 million.
I mean, like... Benny, I mean, you got anything?
Oh no, I was just waiting for Zanzi to finish. No,
I'll just quickly say Mosquera will get into any Premier League, any other Premier sides to defence.
Yeah, I agree.
If you can get into the best defence in the league, that makes sense, doesn't it?
I think he's been quality. He's exceeded expectations. The fact that he can also play filling at right back and he's only 21, which is amazing as well. Yeah,
I was worried because I was like, I could see that Ben White wasn't in the squad, and I thought, oh, that's why he's had to play Julian Timber. But Timber looked tired. He looked sluggish against Wolves. He looked better against Tottenham, but I was like, oh, I'd probably bring Mosquera on, but you want to lead because Mosquera did not put a foot wrong. He looked absolutely brilliant. And so you start to have confidence, but you've got, like you said, 21 years old. It's when you get to the big games like the Real Madrids. It's like when we played Kivior against Real Madrid and you think, oh, and then he suddenly outperforms everyone.
It was his challenge, I think, which knocked the ball to get to the second goal, I think, for us.
No, the third goal. I think it was the
third goal. Yeah.
Third goal where they had the bish bosh. Yeah, he's just been amazing, like especially for that price as well. And that and none of the other Spanish teams were sniffing around that. We've got one.
We've done some work though. Andrea Berta, transfer gangster, loving your work. Candy actually made me laugh.
Wait. Sorry, I just wanted to. Now that's a good segue. I don't know if we can segue, but that's a good point. Andrea Berta. Now, I'll ask Zanzi this because first, but what do you think of Edu at Nottingham Forest now? Because I've been hearing his job might be on the line.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, I've heard that his job might be on the line, because they fired the coach because of him, and they're stuck in. So
which coach? They fired 3 coaches now.
The first coach.
But I mean, Edu's got to be partly to blame.
The one that went to West Ham. Nuno.
Nuno Espirito Santo. Then Sean Dyche. There's one in between, wasn't it? Oh, now they've got Pereira, isn't it? That's Pereira. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? Because people, I like, he did do a good job, but like I feel Berta has just kind of like shown like levels above what Edu. And now that we've seen the job he's doing at Nottingham Forest. I'm just like, was he any good? I don't know. I'm starting to question this. I like he did transfer.
What do you mean? He did bring Raheem Sterling in, so you know.
Come on.
Give him any credit for Raheem Sterling or for some of the. Who was Marquinhos? That was one of his. That's another cracker. Zanzi, I'll let you answer because I think it's obvious how.
What about Edu?
Edu.
I don't think he did a good job, to be honest. And don't they already say that Bert has already signed more South Americans than Edu did?
All I can say is I will. Like, in the spirit of integrity, I was gutted when Edu left, and I thought it was a really bad sign because I think if your sporting director leaves, he doesn't think you're going to win the league. And everyone was like, no, well, he got a much better financial offer. And I thought, that's bullshit. Because you think you're getting good financial offers now. Wait till you become the first sporting director to lift the Premier League with Arsenal. You probably do all right. And I don't think he's skint anyway. But so I was very much, this is bad news. I like Edu. And then about an hour after it happened, I had a conversation with one person and then another person, and they were like, Dan, he's shit. We're glad he's gone. He's not good enough. He hasn't done. He said he had a Brazilian network. That didn't come to anything. He never has a plan B. We're going into the transfer windows unprepared. They were going to get rid of anyway. The reason he didn't go when he was first offered the job was because he thought he could do well at Arsenal, and they made it clear to him there was no future for him. So I was wrong. I'm looking at it now. It's fairly obvious, isn't it? I mean, Andrea Berta, I've said this a few times, went into the transfer window this summer and just went, what do you need? I'll go and get you it.
Mm.
Oh, and also, by the way, I got you Mosquera and Hincapié as well. I don't know if you need them. The only questionable one for me is because Arteta, this is Arteta's squad. He would have had some say. There's no way Berta's just gone and bought players that Arteta didn't want at all. But Norgård is the only one that I don't really understand, because you think he really hasn't played him at all, and I don't know why. And I know we've talked about it before, but for all the great transfer and the squad is better depth and everything, that's one that I still don't quite understand. And letting Wanyeri go off to sit on the bench at Marseille, mistake. Right, let me go through some of these. Clock enders. Remember, Arteta can't finish higher than 4th, and I reckon Spurs will have a new manager bounce and expose Arteta. I know. I don't mind people giving it the big "I told you so" when we draw with Wolves. If they admit that they also told us we were going to be in a top 4 battle and that there was no way we could win anything, you know, like, you have to be honest, don't you?
Yeah, but we are in the top 4 battle, which the fact that we're just top of it.
Yeah, we're right at the top of it. In fact, it's statistically impossible for us to, it's less than 0.01% chance that we finish outside the top 4 now. So that's quite a good battle to win. So here we are. I've just finished watching a dating show on Netflix. Fucking Jamie O'Hara was on it. I saw this. There's my favourite bit of YouTube has to have Jamie O'Hara in it, where he's telling the woman in this American dating show who he is. It's like, actually, I'm a really famous European footballer, and she's like, nah, bollocks. And I was thinking, she's rumbled you, Jamie. Tell her you played for Tottenham, and she goes, who? Are they like Arsenal? Spurs are the original enemy, as far as I know. Boytendio is 100% right. They are the original. Well, yeah, I mean, they are. And they give us so much shit for moving into their area 100 years ago. How fucking childish do you want to be?
Yeah, but they weren't even in North London until 1965.
I know. You and I are in one mind. I said I created a little meme for it. I said Arsenal, London is red, and so are parts of Middlesex.
Yeah. Oh, we also know this is the amazing thing I only found out a couple of days ago. It was the 1st of April they actually became North London. April Fool's Day.
That's the day. Paul McDonough, Arsenal top of the league as Everton fan here. You cruel people. I won't necessarily read that out. Great to see you, by the way. Make sure you subscribe. We love Everton. What poor lass had to publicly date O'Hara on TV? She didn't know he was O'Hara. Why? Because lots lies about Manchester United. To be fair, Benny's correct. When he's got on the show, the average age of the panel is 86. All right. Once in vacation, I kissed a girl who was a Spurs fan after she told me I had to vomit, literally. Rosie, you sound traumatized after watching Jamie O'Hara. I think if Rosie's honest, she would admit she's got a bit of a crush on Jamie O'Hara. Their stadium should be named the Disco, since it's everyone's dance floor, as they knew this to be true. That's quite cool. Who would you rather face, by a Leverkusen or Dortmund? I'd say Leverkusen, actually. I do think. I don't know. It's a tough one. I'd be gutted if we don't get past either of them, really. I didn't watch the game tonight, but I didn't see it getting overturned. I'd quite like to have played Olympiacos, but that wasn't ever going to happen.
I could go to one of these actually now.
What do you mean?
Maybe. I mean, no, because I'm in Berlin. No, I mean it's on the other side. Yeah. It's on the other side of the country. I'm not. Maybe Dortmund is. It's crazy when they play. So maybe I will hope we get Leverkusen. It's a lot easier.
Yeah. I think Dortmund aren't doing well this season. Leverkusen aren't doing well this season.
We should beat either of them. I'm not really. Yeah.
It's cup games, though, isn't it? This is why when people say to me, "Do you want to win the league or the Champions League?" I go, "Look, when you win the Champions League, you can say you're the top team in Europe and you're certainly highly regarded, and we haven't won it, and for all those reasons. But winning the league, there's no question." I mean, what they're trying to do now, create a narrative is even if you win it, we're going to say it's a shit league. So say what you want, mate. Like, I don't give a shit what you say if I've got the trophy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
our name's still going to be on it in 100 years' time.
It's funny, like, you know, when you win a poker tournament, sometimes you win it from behind. Sometimes you think you've played really well and you think the other guy's bluffing, and then you call and you find out he wasn't bluffing, and then you catch a miracle river card. I've yet to see anyone like embarrassed about counting their money. You just go, yeah, it's too bad. Like that's life. That's what happens. All this, oh, you're not very good champions. I know, but I'm not having that off Tottenham fans until they're champions, and then they can tell us how to be champions. Mortley Texas agreed. 13 million for Mosquera is out of this world. It really is. 13 million would have been a bargain 10 years ago. Like, what are we doing? Is Andrea Berta literally a transfer gangster? Is he Does he have somebody's kids or something? What's going on? Like, who's letting Mosquera go for 13 million quid?
I know. He's Berta's. I think someone already said it now. He's the best signing Arsenal have had for.
If we win the league, you have to say yeah, like he's definitely played a part, hasn't he? I mean, he's the guy who got us Eze. I mean, if Eze does nothing else in the rest of his life, 5 goals, 2 games, Tottenham, see ya.
Yeah.
Like, what if he never does anything else? You know, when we put that mural up and Tottenham fans defaced it, you can see why now, can't you? It's like, see why that shit's scared of. Fuck off, Tottenham, I'm a gooner now. I just want to note that my patented method of scouting players to their FM ratings has been bang on with scare. It's frighteningly accurate, but I like the way they used to put together Football Manager ratings. I don't know if they still do, but they have like tons of people who watch them, and they aggregate the. I love Football Manager. It's too scary how much I love that film. Watch the Paddy. You'd have thought his dog died and got his divorce papers in one afternoon for a North London. Oh, that guy. You're talking about Shane, aren't you? Like, I'm not watching him. I have no joy in it. But yeah, he's. I don't know what made him so miserable, but it can't be Arsenal Football Club because we're fucking brilliant. I call Mosquera Mosquito because he's always right in the attacker's ear when they least want him to be. He's a pest to attackers. Makuzi, you're on fire tonight. And here he is, box fresh. Thank God you're here. Rude 1 star. Right, we're looking to get 34 million for a player, 17 million next player. Mosquera, aka Spanish Maldini. Oh, let's not start that, Jose. Spanish Maldini is we're going a bit over the top. But let's do it. Fuck it. Rosie, in future, avoid watching Jamie O'Hara before your bedtime. Might have nightmares. I don't know. I think she likes him. Consider that Arteta had us in title challenges with Edu handling transfers. Very good point. Come on. If Vic was in a Southampton shirt, everyone and his dog would be in for him. What did I say? Wait before you judge him. Talk of flopping before he's settled in properly. Can we talk about Victor Gyökeres? Benny, what's your feeling about him now?
Well, I'm not like... I've always... a friend actually asked me, and I've always said we should give him time. Like, I wasn't impressed before the Tottenham game, but like in the games he started playing this year, he's been getting a lot better. The Tottenham games, he was phenomenal. He was that if
not
he
in the
can
first half though. Not in the first half. I didn't.
No, he did have that. No, he had that shot. He had that. Remember that shot that he had that came. He got from he picked up a ball from the left, took the defender inside, and then just.
Oh yeah. Well, it just went wide. Yeah.
Yeah,
the header.
Yeah, he did. The header, as well. Yeah, so he did have a decent. He's been playing a lot better, and I also saw that he's lost a bit of weight, and he feels it. I mean, when he runs now, he's not. He feels like he wasn't like quicker than defenders, but now he's like on the shade of them. The last goal he scored against when Archie Gray was on
I did feel for Archie Gray. I think Archie Gray is the first time I've seen a player that couldn't physically deal with Victor.
Exactly. That's what I want my striker to do, and I feel he's like starting to actually adapt. If he can play 50% of what he did on Sunday in the rest of our remaining 10 games.
Yeah, makes you think though, like how much of it is us. Listen, I thought for his first goal. Actually, both his goals, I thought he took really... The first goal, though, is like, that's what you want from a striker. I just think there won't be many games where there's just Dragic in defence. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's literally... They are hopeless. They are hopeless.
Well, but, a lot of people have been saying that, but, like, they are still Premiership defenders, right? It's not. Dragusin is still. Well, I'm not.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying when you think about it, he's only played 4 matches since he's been back.
He's a poor defender, but he's still a Premiership defender. So he's a good defender, and we need to give.
Palhinha isn't though. Palhinha's not a defender.
No, he's not a defender, but
So they had one defender playing basically.
Well, he also had. Remember, he also had the. He didn't show this against Wolves. And
I think I'm not here to piss on the parade. I love Arsenal, and when we win a North London derby, even if we're not in the title race, even if they're not about to get relegated, I'm celebrating for weeks, right? So this one, all you can ask of the team is, and this is where Clockender's brilliant segue, so fucking proud of this set of players and manager, and I don't hear that enough, and I am, right? I am, because whatever else they've done that's upset me or whatever, when they go out and they go to, it was a hostile crowd, and they perform like that, not just in the scoreline, but in the fact that for the first half of that game, even though we didn't score the goals we deserved, we were all over them. We had players in the box. We did not take our foot off their necks at any point. And the way that we didn't crumple, we didn't let it, people talking about bottling. If we're really bottling, then when that equaliser goes in, our heads drop and we fall apart. We didn't. We came out second half. It was the perfect, I don't know if he did the opposite team talk he did from the Wolves game, but came out and they were brilliant. So I'm not here to criticise anyone. But also I do feel like, not like it's just my nature. You know, I always say to people at work, things are never as bad as you fear they're going to be, and they're never as good as they're going to be. You know, like you think it's great, it's not great. You think it's terrible, it's not terrible. Keep your feet on the ground and move forward. Benny, are you?
Yeah, there's a point. Yeah. There's a point I wanted to make. So, if you notice, and you look at, and I'm sure the stats will back me up, but if you notice, we barely concede when he's on the pitch. Gyökeres. When Jesus come in against Wolves, we were winning, and then he brought Jesus on. Obviously, Gyökeres didn't do anything, and then like we started conceding. So he runs, and what was really encouraging was that he played 90 minutes again. He didn't have to bring Jesus on. He played 90 minutes against like.
Do you think he's pissed off with Jesus? Because I think a lot of us are a bit.
I would be.
The only fight he showed in that Wolves game was when it was too late. You know, he was utterly hopeless.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who's been out for ages. I get that, but he wants to fight for his place. No, so I think also the game state as well. When like 3-1 up against Tottenham, you don't need to make any changes. You can just they're walking around.
It was encouraging that he remained on for the whole of the 90 minutes and still continued with the same intensity, because he scored the third goal, our fourth goal in the 94th minute. So he was still willing to run at the defender with that kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I liked his post-match interview as well. I think I've said it often enough that everyone here has heard me say it, but I didn't want him. I wanted Benjamin Šeško, but I changed my mind because of his attitude. And I think that attitude plays a massive part in sports, and it's not all about technique. It has to be the fight and the desire, and he has shown enough of that for me. And also, look, I don't judge players in the first season anyway. Same for Eze, same for, I'd say the same for Zubimendi, although he's played really well. But I think it's a really interesting question you raise. I'm going to look into it because I think my instinct is that you're right. There's something in the fact that when Gyökeres is on the pitch, we're not conceding because he is running for days. He is running a lot, and he's someone you can't take your eye off. And then there's the other thing, like Zanzi, have you seen this? They're all saying now that Gyökeres can only score against the shit teams. He's like, oh, well, you know, that's all right.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then everyone else must be shit because he's leading the goal scoring this year, isn't he?
But he hasn't scored against the team in the top 6.
Well, but I tell you what, which is good, is that we, apart from Chelsea and Man City, the rest of the teams we are playing are not. They are like kind of middle. So if he can give us, like he scored 15 goals and he scored 10 goals in the Premiership, right? So if he can give us half of that and score 15 goals, that is a decent return in your first season. 15 goals in the Premiership is a decent return for any striker in his first season. So
yeah,
I think.
I mean, Brighton. We've got Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth. He can score against all those. That's great.
Exactly.
If we win all our games up to Everton, then we'll still be at least 2 points clear of Man City going into League Cup final, and it'll be very unlikely that we lose the league. I think it's funny. I don't hear this in other clubs. I'm not just trying to do the whole kind of hard done by Arsenal fan, but I hear people talk, like no one's talking about Ekitike. I couldn't tell you, Ekitike, huge success. Victor Gyökeres, he's a flop. Is he a flop? Is he what you wanted? Is he a flop? It's like, we're top of the league, guys. Edu,
I'll tell you something. When Gyökeres hits the ball, he doesn't half hit it.
He does definitely whack it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He puts his boot through it. That is the first time I've seen a striker for Arsenal do that in a long time. I like it. Listen, I don't know at this point if I'd put my neck on the line and say he's definitely going to be one of the great Arsenal players. But I've said this consistently all season. The ones that lift the silverware will be heroes forever. Because we've waited too damn long. We've had too many highly talented players. If you look at it, Santi Cazorla, Jack Wilshere, we've had Alexis Sanchez. We've had brilliant players that just never won the league. So I don't care how good or bad you are. If you're in a team that wins the league, you're the 14th team to win the league. It's fine. You're brilliant. You're a hero to me. I'll buy you a drink wherever you are. And
plus the fact any player who scores against Tottenham is a legend in my book anyway.
Yeah. I'd love to do that. If I could just do that once, he's done it twice in one game. Love it. Honestly, Dan has been trying to defend Edu over the longest time. I really haven't. I promise I haven't. Right. Only knew how bad Edu was when Bert had done this thing for me anyways. True. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, I don't know what a sporting director does. It makes me laugh. A lot of people have so much confidence in their opinion and go, well, I take sporting director, but I don't know what they do. I don't know what his day-to-day is. He might be playing golf with agents. I have no idea. I don't care. What I care about is that we don't have another summer transfer window where I'm getting a cab home at 2 a.m. and I'm looking and I go, we've got Raheem Sterling. What's that? What the fuck is that? Like, Raheem the Dream. Like, all right, okay, we'll see. And then it turns out that Raheem Sterling wasn't the dream.
Oh, yeah, but it is a dream because he's always sleeping on the fucking pitch, right?
Just seen bloody Owen having a dig at Gyökeres, but your eyes and hose today, Cole. Having a dog at Gyökeres. Now I've got this image of them dogging. Don't do that. Bugger off, you boring sod. I know, Michael Owen. How to become relevant, not. What do we think about Gyökeres? His technical level has been higher the past 2 games.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch the Wolves match, so yeah, I was having PTSD, so I did not watch the Wolves match.
that. Do you know what? It's weird. I always watch games twice. I couldn't bring myself to watch the Wolves game twice, and I haven't yet watched the North London derby again. I think I'm saving it for like a rainy day. I'm saving it for just every other rainy day. That's what I'm doing. Loved him as a player, but he was getting away with criminal activity as a director of football. Yep, I agree with that. Edu couldn't negotiate an extra napkin from the kebab shop. It's not easy to do that, by the way. Most goals in 2026 across all competitions, clearly not Levi's 5-1 and Timberland's he's running in now. They do talk. These narratives, they spread. It's so boring. It's like I was thinking about it today as we head into, we will now not play another game in February. And I was thinking, what has the overarching February narrative been? Because in January it was sustainable. It's not sustainable. In February, I think it's just been bottles. You're going to bottle it again. We go through these... people just say something, and then every half-wit that hasn't got the time. This is why I'm doing the statistical analysis, because you speak to people go, I think City will win the rest of the games. Do you even know who they're playing? No. Well, then your opinion, but that's not how you should form an opinion, is it? Actually look at the games and decide. Well, they go on these 10-game streaks. Well, why haven't they this season then? Well, they've had injuries. Not really. Not any more than anyone else. So I think that the narrative for me for February will just be that we bottled it, and I'm looking forward to what it is in March, because it might be. Also February, I guess you could say, was unattractive. They're not good They're not going to be good champions. They're going to be shit champions. Not going to be good champions. Their form's terrible. Their form is as bad as Man City's. That's how bad Arsenal's form is. It's just annoying. Ugarte hasn't done anything we're impressed with. Why are we talking about Ugarte? And shouldn't it be glazes out Ugarte? Cole, I can't stand that stealing a living. Which one?
Clot.
Yeah, that Clot. I think we're probably still talking about Edu. Gary's here. Make sure you get to Dinner Wista Trap. It's at 12:30.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary. Where is Anthony? Wee ears, big arms, blue Savannah eyes, dipped in Herbert Sherbet, Earthony, Vader, Gert Lush. Great to see you, Gary. Are you doing a 12:30 show tonight? And are you Tottenham in disguise? When is it St. Totteringham's Day? It is. Well, we talked about this on Sunday.
This week, is it?
It depends. They could win, and if we win and they win, it's St. Totteringham's Day. If we draw, it's St Tottenham's day. So as long as we get a win or a draw against Chelsea, it doesn't matter. And it'll be the earliest St Tottenham's day in history. That's the only thing I'm not happy about. Norgard has been quality when he's played. In my opinion, he deserves better. I know. I think we all agree with you, really. Unless anyone doesn't, let me know in the comments. North London derby is Arsenal versus Barnet. Geographically, Tottenham are technically our closest side. I was surprised that it wasn't Leyton Orient. I actually thought it might be Leyton Orient was closer, but I looked it up. They're not. Norgard comes across as a consummate professional. That's true. Dan, you're out of order. I'll mull over your punishment for saying I fancy oh ha ha. Did I touch a nerve? I think I may have done. Mortlicky Texas agree, and he's quality too. I better get through some of these comments. Stay with me. Weekend was really good. Thank you for asking. Right. I always have your voice in my head, Benny, when I start reading out. Don't have to read all the comments. I'm like, Solitaire, I don't want to know what's really on that screen. Blah, 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 blah. Did I miss something? We win. They're going to say we're not good champions, but we're champions. Yeah, do you know what? I don't mind if they go, you're shit champions. I go, yeah, we're shit champions. You're just shit. I know what's better. They are going to say it, though. Used to play Minesweeper.
He's already seen it in the chat anyway. Richard James, the troll.
What troll? We got troll.
No, Richard James already. And your best friend, Arsenal FC, not Arteta.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah, he's also there.
Oh, we've got a full crowd. Let me just race through this because I want to get right through these. Hang on. It's not like we were champions locked in a court battle for a decade with the league or the champions who admitted to financial fraud in the past. That's true. La 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 la. Right. If I haven't read you out comment, we have literal cheaters being celebrated as good champions. What fuckery is this? I agree with you. Do Spurs become irrelevant if relegated? What do you mean? Richard, that's already happened. Yeah. They're already irrelevant. Look, most of, like Benny was saying, like, he doesn't even really regard them as our rivals. He's like, probably cares as much if we beat West Ham. The one thing about hating a team like Tottenham, the way that I do, is that you can really enjoy a 4-1 win. Wow, we smoked the Spurs. Could have been 7 or 8. Starboy should have dinked a couple over Vicario. Saka, lacka, boom, boom. Yeah. I thought Saka played really well, and yeah, it would have been nice if he should get that assist, shouldn't he?
No, it's stupid, isn't it? Just because it gets a little bit of a deflection.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I think one of the things I would expect to change over the years is assists to assists. I think, like in hockey, you get an assist to the assist. Not a chance. Zach has left teenager stage about a year ago. Don't know what that's. 4 to 8 next month and 12 can't wait. Oh, he's the age of young people. Good. Full desire for blues. I'm still in teenage stage. It is. Don't wish it away. That's all I can say because they grow up quick, man. Gyökeres didn't have a proper pre-season. Surely that's affected his early season performance. I think so. Also, there was a question on TDK where they were talking about, have you ever looked into Eze's stats? Always does better in the second half of a season. He absolutely dominated. For me, he was the most creative player in the Premier League from January to the Cup final. And he single-handedly beat City. So I love the guy. Arsenal now have a European trophy over Arsenal. Yeah, like they can keep that. He's got a cannon of a shot. I hope we see it many more times. Agreed. We saw the best of Gyökeres on Sunday. Question is, when are we going to see that again? Regularly, please, Vic. Maybe not against Chelsea, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe could go on a bit of a tear now.
If he can get a hat-trick against Chelsea, I'll be quite happy.
Yeah. Colliston 42, Arsenal could still bottle it all this season. Yeah, I mean, if you want to put it like that, or not. But this is the thing, isn't it? We'll just have to wait and see. A trophy in the competition we're too good to play, and it's like flexing a 4. Okay, comment of the night. There he goes, clock enders. Boxed, how are you with DIY? I don't know what that's from. As the song goes, champions of Europe, you're taking a piss. And hello. Are you in a good mood today, Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC? Please say yes. Please just be once, be in a happy mood. They're an absolute blessing. Still can't argue with facts. What are the facts? Clock enders, still you can't argue facts. Where are the facts? It's a fact that we could still win nothing all season. It hasn't happened yet. It's very hard to define something that has yet to happen as a fact. For example,
no, he's twerking for Tottenham. because
Well, someone's got to, haven't they? I hope someone. Do you know what I mean? I have no problem with Tottenham fans coming in and being part of the gang and taking the banter where it's gonna hurt. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if you're a Tottenham fan, this probably feels like something unnatural happened to you. You know, you've just been to a Michael Barrymore pool party, something like that. But this is basically the life of a Spurs fan. I don't know why they choose Tottenham. But
I wonder how many of those Spurs fans are going to be Spurs fans next season when they're in the Championship.
They are. They're just going to be undercover.
Yeah.
Crawl back under rocks. He scored against Atletico, Inter, and Chelsea, and bottom of the septic tank Tottenham. I think. Listen, we've already covered it. I like his attitude. I want to see him do really well. You have to be some sort of a melt as an Arsenal fan if you won't call Kai Havertz by his name. You call him 29. Because I swear to God, if you're that stupid, if he scores a winning goal in the Champions League and you're still talking about his 29, you can jog on. When Spurs beat United for Europe, was it not a massive game? No, it wasn't a massive game. It was a pitiful game. I am disgusted with Man United for not winning that game, though. And let's be honest, as Arsenal fans, it was not a good day when Tottenham won the Europa League. But I'm listening to some of the... I watched the Tottenham podcast. It's quite good, actually, I have to say. But they were talking about, would you be okay being relegated if you won the Champions League? And I was literally drinking a cup of tea. And I
saw that.
Fucking, what are you talking about? Win the... Oh, yeah, you could do. And they were like, well, we could do. It's like, yeah, unless you get an English team in the final, like, you'll get battered. Have you just watched your team lose 4-1? What are you smoking? Are you smoking the same thing your stadium announcer's smoking? I literally can and just did. How about the Audi Cup? We ain't won that. That's true. Do
you know that Club Brugge are going to play either Tottenham or Liverpool?
No, Club Brugge
in the next round.
It's not fair.
And Newcastle are going to be playing either Chelsea or Barcelona.
Hang on a minute. Am I missing something? Have I gone absolutely radio? Because I swear that the game Club Brugge got battered, didn't they? Yeah, the Atletico Madrid battered.
Oh, sorry, Atletico Madrid won, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandy, you want to scare me? Jesus Christ!
No, I mean, what you want? What you worried about Atletico?
No, I was worried about Tottenham going into the next round and crying that.
I want them to get to the next round. I want them to take their eye off the Premier League. I want them to put all their eggs in the Champions League basket and go down.
Actually, I think it was a TalkSport show, the Tottenham segment, where they were like, would you rather Arsenal, which one would be more of a disgrace? Arsenal,
yes, I saw that, yeah.
Bottling the league or Tottenham getting relegated?
And the one guy said it would be more embarrassing if Arsenal didn't win anything. They're all like, what are you on about? Imagine as an Arsenal fan if they said to you, right, your choice is this. Arsenal get relegated or Tottenham don't win anything. You're like, fuck Tottenham, I'm staying up. I want to stay up. This is like the best Premier League in the world. Like,
I thought Tottenham. Am I right by saying Tottenham have never been relegated before?
No, you're not. 1977 they went down.
Okay.
We're the only team that's never been relegated.
Yeah, we are. And I'm like, so you haven't been relegated since 1977, and now you would think going back down would be...
They're never coming back. They're never coming back up.
How big your stadium is.
Just make a point, though, because 77, I know, because you're so young and we're so old, but it seems like a long time, doesn't it, 77? It was 16 years before that they last won the league. So let's just get that straight. Anyway, comments galore here. Dan, hear me out. I love a hear me out. You know I do. It's all about the Carabao Cup final. Win that and we'll have at least a double. Oh, I hope so, man.
I'm gonna lie. I don't care as much. I'll be happy, but the Carabao Cup is the least. If we don't win, I will just be like, let's go on to the next thing. It's the least. It's the least in order of what we can win this season. It's the least desired.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like, you're spoken like a true gooner. Like, how many of us want to go through the City game in 2018 again, right? But it was the first silverware that Pep won, and it might be the last he wins. That's what I'm saying. Clockend, the Spurs are more successful in Europe. That's the bottom line. Absolutely. It's weird that if you go around Europe that no one's ever heard of Tottenham.
I find that really weird because they're a massive club, massive club. And yet everywhere you go, no one knows you exist. It's harsh. But, life isn't always fair. Was the worst Europa final ever. They still won it. Rosie, well, I'm not talking about Thailand cupboards because I'm miles behind. Clockenders, Arsenal are goated for playing drab football and grinding out wins. Come on. Yeah, Tottenham, though, are goated for... Oh, yeah, I know. Beyonce concerts. Isn't that right? Didn't Robbie Williams play there? Isn't that good? What are you on about? Like, what are you talking about? People all over the world fell in love with it. And let's tell you what. Let's just give you need to get it off your chest. How did I know that the third comment he said, but Arteta winning nothing for 6 years, isn't it? Just get it in now while you can, Arsenal FC, because you are going to be about as... Do you know what? I used to have a Sony Discman. You're about as relevant as one of them. And also, with that Sony Discman, whenever I tried to listen to music, it would jump and just say the same thing. It'd be stuck on the same bit. That's kind of like, Arteta's not very good. Arteta's not very good. Well, he's getting very lucky then, isn't he? No, Sterling is not at Chelsea. He's gone to Fenerbahce, I think.
Feyenoord.
Is it Feyenoord?
It's Feyenoord, yeah.
See, I don't even read past that part of the sentence. I just read Sterling's gone to fuck off wherever. I didn't dislike him, by the way, and his son's in our academy. I didn't dislike Sterling. I really like him. It just didn't happen. Sometimes that can be the case.
Played for them last in his first game last weekend. He was still a hope, but yeah, they won though.
Free at last. Wow, released. Clockenders. It is, fella. Be real. Oh, do you know what? I've had you on the show. I've heard you speak. And I think the problem you're having is that you just want everyone to be as miserable as you, Austin. And you're going to have your work cut out for you because we just beat Tottenham 4-1. Could you find it in your heart to be a bit cheerful today, please? Hold on. Did someone just type we were drab bullshit alert? I know, right? What? No, all right. Box fresh, right? Just for you because we're on the same page here. Deep down when they're writing that, what would you write if you were a Spurs fan right now? What the fuck? First of all, I have to say to any Spurs fan here or anywhere online, well done, man, because you're showing your face. I would be hiding, and you've got more courage than me. But that's it. What are you going to say? Arsenal, you're shit. You're top of the table. You're in every competition. You won every game in the Champions League, only conceding 3 goals. But your football's drab, and then run off. Okay, well, your football's amazing. It's just that your players never actually get the football. Definitely drab football, mate. Nailed it. Drab football, smashing both Madrid teams, playing drab, smashing Bayern Munich out of their winning streak, smashing every team in Europe in a final, 4th round of the FA Cup. Drab. Boring. Let's go straight to Arsenal FC for his comment. No need to get emotional. We're talking about the football being played and what trophy did we get for any of that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, I hope heaven's full of people as boring as you. Bottled, Arsenal could walk away with the title by the game, but the Etihad could do. Actually, no, we couldn't really. If you score more goals, you win, Michael Owen. Surely with your keyboard, it's Michael Iwan. But yeah, I love you for it, Cole. Well put. Just timed Nate out by accident for 10 minutes. Oh, fucking hell. Majin's here. Evening, mate. Arsenal away form is better on larger pitches. We struggle on smaller pitches. Glad the Etihad is a big one. Andy, good to see you. Do either of you have an opinion on that?
I've never even thought about it.
I haven't.
But I have to admit, I do like Arsenal's formation when we played Leeds, Tottenham, because there's like 4-1-1-4. Oh, hang on, no, it's not. That's why we beat them, isn't it?
I like someone. I can't remember if it's on Hybrid Squad or whatever, but someone was saying, "I'm looking for a Spurs fan. Has anyone seen? Has any? Hang on. Oh, never mind. I fucked that up already. That's why I don't do comedy. Sterling has joined Feyenoord. What's the issue with skirting boards? That will have to wait for another day. Eze versus Odegaard. I have some disrespectful social media on Sterling. Hating must pay well. Guy's not even in the country. I know. Why do people give him shit as well? It's not like I don't get it. It's even Willian. Like players that come to Arsenal, they put a shirt on, they do their best. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Like I'd love to be one of these people, like these super successful, everything they do turns to gold like Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. Because it's so, then it would be so easy just to criticise, wouldn't it? Just go, yeah, they're not as good as I want them to be. But obviously, I'm a flawed individual, so I just think these people are doing things I could never dream of doing, like running from one end of a football pitch to another. Arsenal away form is better on larger pitches. Just covered that. What's the issue with skirting boards? Covered that as well. I do work on the house myself. The next thing is putting down the kitchen floor. We've just had. I walked into the kitchen yesterday, and the missus and her dad had taken the ceiling off. So I just crept away as quickly as I could. I'm doing well. I don't know if you are. That isn't my diagnosis. I think you're doing really badly. I won't lie to you. One of my... Oh, no, I'm not doing these. Charles, thank goodness you're here. Dan, errors leading to goals and chances with a high level of clinicality of these finishes. You feel we can eradicate the errors in the next 10 sprint or have to go other way and score more? Bloody good question. You're so good at questions, Charles. I want to get you on the show. Let me know if you ever want to pop on. That's such a good question. Can I go round to both of you, starting with Zanzi? Do you because it is errors. We've everyone has now had an error. Obviously, David Reyes had a couple. Saliba's had a couple. We had that ridiculous one from Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Gabri. Everyone error prone. We are very error prone. Do you think it's an endemic problem, or did you think we actually saw it fixed by Declan Rice? By the team sort of shrugging it off on Sunday, and that going forward we won't be so nervy.
I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say against Tottenham because they're so really poor, isn't it? But I was pleased that we conceded a stupid goal which we shouldn't have conceded, and yet we pushed on and we just dominated the game. So, I mean, errors happen. It's just that, unfortunately, at the moment, whenever we do make a cock-up, 9 times out of 10, it leads to a goal.
I think it's 17 errors or something like that. I can't remember this. There was like a stat somebody was saying, but I think what we did well.
That's errors leading to a shot, not errors leading to a goal.
Yeah, errors leading to a shot. Yeah, and yeah. I think what we did well yesterday, which I have to give Arteta credit for. Oh no, not yesterday. Sorry, on Sunday, which I have to give Arteta credit for, was that we were continued going. We didn't do this thing where we get the first goal and then back off and pass it around. And no, the areas we played in were like a lot higher up. So even if we made errors, the errors were more higher up than in Zubimendi passing the ball to defense and defense giving it back to him. Like if we make if we make an error, we make it higher up than we make it like near the penalty area or Zubimendi is giving it away. So I think if we can continue to play with this kind of aggression, especially when we get goals, we will be a lot better. But like I said, it's only one game. We have to see what we do against Chelsea. I think we should be able, but I don't want to kind of jinx us anyway.
No, I think it's fair. I think that's a really good point that I completely agree with. Like, it's one of the things that drives me mad is that when we play too carefully outside of the opposition area, you think, come on, man, like, trust your defence. If they are going to streak down the pitch and score against you, you've still got 2 very fast guys back there that are supposed to be good enough to catch up with them. And I think Saliba would usually take care of that. And Declan Rice is usually back there as well. So I think that if you are going to... I don't think you should be so frightened to turn over the ball in there because you've got a chance within 6 seconds to win it back and you're still in their zone of... So I think you're right. As to the mistakes, they kind of crept in. And I think some of it is going to be nerves. And I don't think you can get away from that. And maybe City are better at not having those kind of nervous situations than us. And maybe that's just part of why this title race is still as close as it is when it probably shouldn't be. But I do think there's something different, exactly like you said, something very different about Sunday's game. Zanzi, like they conceded a stupid... I thought it was funny, if I'm honest. Now, looking back on a 4-1, I can find it funny. When Declan Rice is saying to them after we score, come on, keep your heads on, switched on, come on, switch on. And then he goes and tries to... that was stupid. But like, I don't mind because it felt like the rest of the team were like, okay, look, he was very my fault, my bad. Let's get on with it. And I didn't like the first half because it was living on my nerves. But actually, one of the things you can take from that game is we made a mistake. We got on with it, and we are playing some teams. It could happen again, but as long as we're scoring more than one goal, I think we'll be all right.
I can't remember us making those mistakes last season.
Well, we weren't. Yeah, but you say that, but we weren't even. Like, we were drawing loads of games. We made lots of mistakes. We had the games against Palace. We had the games against Bournemouth. We had, red cards. There was stupidness everywhere. We weren't trying. We didn't have a bench. I felt last season a lot of players that were on the pitch, although they were really good, there's something about knowing there's no one on the pitch to take your place if you want to come off or if you play badly. Right now, I think we're getting to a point. I'm not sure we're there yet, but we're getting to a point where if you're on the pitch and you're not quite doing it, you'll get hooked. And
a la Timber.
Yeah. Timber. Well, I mean, Timber needed a rest. Timber's got a week. I would love to see Ben White play against Chelsea, honestly.
I don't think that's happening.
I'd like to see Mosquera there, to be honest.
I'd rather see Mosquera there, but I don't think that's happening because they're getting a week rest. So I expect him to be well rested anyway.
I think it's not just about that, though. I think it's also, look, if you're honest and you say we all love Jurriën Timber, but he hasn't been playing that well for a while.
Sure.
He's been on his reputation a little bit.
I agree.
And so I wouldn't hate it if, honestly, I don't think I'd hate it if Ben White. Because Ben White's played really well.
They got on that side, and they have Neto on that side.
Oh well, we don't know yet. We don't know. Most likely.
Yeah, they have Neto, so he'll probably be a handful. They don't have Esteban, so
no, Esteban's out, isn't he?
Yeah,
they've got Palmer and they've got Neto and they've got Pedro and
Palmer has not played well.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not sure about the Chelsea game. But we'll know nearer the time anyway. Luke is here.
And they have one Fofana out, so that's been very encouraging for me.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have him as in. I'm kind of the same. I'll try most things and we'll pay as a last resort. Just got high expectations. What? Oh, you're talking about DIYing. Carabao is the key, in my opinion. We win that. We win. Noah Aikens. A lot of people are saying that. I'm not convinced. I think it's obviously we want to win it. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't necessarily think that if we win it, that guarantees us that we'll do better in the game in the league against them. But I was watching the 2018 final against them, and I just thought it's funny. Like you're looking at the start of a massive project for Pep Guardiola. It was an awful game for us. It was just a terrible game for us and an awful result. And that was at the beginning, a fresh-faced Pep Guardiola. And you look at him now and you just think he's had enough. He wants to go. It's just like, let him have the league. Half of me is thinking, let him have the League Cup. And he goes, all right, I'm done. Fuck it. You can have the league. I came out, But people aren't really talking about quad loading for Man City. What I wrote could have potentially got me a ban anyway. Well, that's probably just as well. Mentally well, go and beat City. Good to have you back, though, by the way. Mentally well, go and beat City after the FA Cup. Sorry, after the League Cup. I think I like you better when you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
Sorry. Yeah. Huh? Sorry, Nate. I meant to time someone else out. Fixed now. Arsenal have to. Are you jog-proof? I've genuinely heard children articulate football better than you. You've got the personality of a dead rat. Work on that. Can't disagree, but I probably have to.
Hang on, I'll have to go and check in the cellar.
Dan asking me to think like a Tottenham fan. I know. As I did it, I was like, "What am I doing?" But come on, it's a thought experiment. Not too sure about the pitch size thing. I did think a few seasons back, not now. Watch us at Bournemouth or Palace tidy. I don't know. It's something worth looking at. 3-5-2 ain't saving Tottenham. No, he won't play a 3-5-2 against anyone else, will he? Oh, I'd love to see that. Do you think Igor Tudor's just like, well, whatever, I'm only here for fucking 3 months anyway? I've never even heard of Tottenham.
I didn't actually think his tactics were that bad. And maybe I'm the only one. Like if I put myself in a neutral view, I
You're
was
not
like,
playing three at the back if you haven't got three
well,
centre backs.
yeah, but he brought on all their strikers. He brought on Solanke, he brought on Richarlison, he brought on Tell. So
why
I was
didn't
like,
he start Solanke?
well,
Do you know Solanke had a sore throat?
To be fair, Solanke came on and he was abysmal. So like,
well, who was good for them? Who did you feel
maybe,
played?
Maybe Mowane, Kolomonoane.
Apart from being gifted a chance to run into the box and shoot, and
I mean, he was trying his best, but we were being over. Sometimes
I love how kind you are. That's so sweet. You know, like I wish I'd had more teachers like you. It would have been like he was trying his. He's really, you know what? Like he's not very good at this subject, but he's giving it a bloody good go. So you leave him alone. But no, I thought they were fucking dreadful, all of them.
I don't think anybody could cover themselves in glory. I'm trying to think. There's just not. I don't know. Maybe Van der Ven sometime. No, none of them.
Van der Ven he doesn't want to be there anymore. He's gone. No. He's gone. I don't know when our forwards went for it. It always looked back three.
I've just checked in the cellar and Clock Angels is dead right. There's some dead rats down there and they look really amazing.
Wait till you grow. I have to be careful reading these out because some of you are talking about Lamina. I'm thinking, who's he? We got very lucky on Gabriel's Oscar-worthy dive. That should have been a goal. Do you know what? Hold on, I'm going to do some merch for the channel. It's going to be a book, and it's going to be how to support Arsenal, and it's going to be like and it's for you, Austin, because you haven't got a fucking Scooby, have you? We got really lucky. We're shit. We got lucky. We're shit. Does that feel like supporting Arsenal Football Club to you? I don't want to take up much longer because Gary's show starts. I think we haven't done a raid before. I hope you all raid Don't Waste a Trip. Rosie, please put the link up. You know how stupid I am. I can't figure it out. Hey, sweetie, says Chris Nix, just in time for us to raid Don't Waste a Trip. My neighbour said wear knee pads. Oh, God, no, hang on. That took me to a different place. Bit casual at the back because we're not used to a high press, maybe. Arsenal FC, you do realise people can see your name and profile picture and comments, right? And now we've heard you get personality in a job. I definitely would recommend you get another hobby because you're shit at football. Sterling seems like a good guy. I completely agree. I really like him. I definitely didn't. I didn't hate Willian, and I didn't hate. I probably just wouldn't have signed him.
I just hated his play. I thought it was a nice guy.
Listen, I thought Raheem Sterling was good for the younger. Listen. It's not. It's easy to. Why are you so rattled by my opinion? It's because it's not your opinion. I wish it was your opinion. I wish you'd ever said anything I could classify as your opinion. You say the same things I hear everywhere else. Get ready with your closing statements, guys, because I'm going to wrap this up in 3 minutes. We'll tell Declan Rice to stay defence edge, push forward. He even did a good school range. Clock enders, no need to hate. No, it's true. Don't hate. Can be annoyed with and pissed off with. It's clear to see the fatigue is the issue when mascara comes on. Energy alone changes. Yeah. I agree. Look, a new person. Sometimes you have to play percentages. Listen, that's my life. That's what I do. Sure, Dan. Thanks for some words of appreciation for Bodo Glimt. No league matches since November 26th. Only playing UCL and beaten City, Atletico, and now into today. They looked great. It was a really good game. Saka like a boom boom. You absolute diamond, thank you. Bold prediction: we win the title, home versus Everton. I'm going to look into that and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do another show in the week before Saturday. Won't be Thursday. Probably looking at maybe late on Friday when I get back from London. We should play that Carl Habitas chap. Don't. Right, I'm going to go to you, Benny, first. We've literally got 30 seconds for you to say something about how happy you are or whatever you want.
No, we move on. We crack on. We check for Arsenal news. We obsess, and hopefully we get the 3 points on Sunday against Chelsea. And then I know I am comfortable we will win the league after that. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, that's the opinion we care about. How am I going to do this? Gary, I'm going to click this link. And Zanti, it's over to you. Hesitate not.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's a few rats down here which are dead, but they're squeaking, saying they've got real good personality. Great to see Benny from Berlin.
Benny Berlin.
Yep. Great people in the chat as always, bar maybe one or two.
I like the fact that we're talking about the Arsenal fan. It's not even a Spurs fan. I like the Spurs fan. I was like,
I know. I mean, I'm not being stupid, but looking at his comments, you'd never even know he was an Arsenal fan.
You wouldn't know.
No.
Oh shit! I didn't realize. Apparently, Melina and Bobby wanted to join. That's on me. I didn't see that. I am really sorry, but like the only reason I'm cutting it short in the next 25 seconds is because I want to give Gary a chance on. I want everyone to get a chance to see that. Showtime. I've put it in there. Don't waste the trip. The trip 3PTs. I've put the. Hopefully you can click that link. Dan, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Like it's a 2-hour show tonight. Big up Dan the panel. Listen, let's do this all again on Friday. Have a proper sort of knees up. Until I see you then, please be lucky and stop being so fucking miserable, Arteta FC.